Hi there, this is Trail Rider 570. Today we're going to be doing a service and an inspection on the clutch of this 2012 Sportsman 500. We are going to check the belt because it's been a few years since it's been anything done to it and clean up the clutches in it. So we may end up having to replace the belt. So we'll get with you in a few here when we get going. Okay, what we got here is a 7/16 wrench, a flat blade screwdriver, and this tool, because I got to pull these clips off. And we got a Torx bit on here, and I'm trying to see the size of it for you. It's a 30. So we got a 30 Torx bit right here, and that's to take the 4 bolts off the floorboard. The 7/16 on the bottom side here, there's some nuts on them. So I'm going to hold them with that. And we're going to pull these bolts out and lay them out so I don't lose them. There's 4 of them here we got to take out. Be careful of that one. What happens is they get mud in them from your feet and they come out kind of hard. So we'll get a little creative here, I think. So I can get a good bite on them, on that one at least. I'm putting an extension so I get it. This is a wobbly, so I can get the tool away from the body of the unit here. Get that way, get the universal a little straighter. Let's see what happens here. Maybe I knocked out the dirt. Figured it's going to be, these screws be an issue because they get dirt in them. My main doing is holding them and doing the bottom here. I'll be back with you in a second. I got an issue here already. Okay, I got them all out, but I just got the final one here. I didn't record it. I ended up getting into my little kit and using one of these to get it, and I was able to get it loose. So now I got all the floorboard screws out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screwdriver. These pins, we got to release them all. Just pry them up a little bit, or we can try using our tool here. Okay, we creative one. They've been on there in there a while, so we will get some assistance. No, I'm not cutting them. Use these to work underneath there and pry them up. There it comes. If you don't have the tool, the proper tool, you can do it this way. What I'm trying to do is pull these up enough to release them, pull the pin out, peel it back, and we pull all these off. We have to get this footboard out of the way to change, to just service the belt, so that one there come right out, come right loose. I got him out. And I just used a pair of side cutters. Just be careful you don't squeeze them and cut the clip, the pin. Got that out. We got one more here to get out. There's 4 of them we got to take off. Now I'll get down here. I'll move the camera around so you can see where I took them out from. I'm doing this today because it's too cool to ride and it's cold and damp outside. Time of year is getting to be, so. And I'm going to use this to plow my driveway this winter with, so. Kind of want to make sure everything's all cool with it. I'll end up getting cleaning the air filter on it and changing the oil in it. Right there's that. Now I got all the clips out. Now this should be able to be released itself. And right here's where we pulled all the pins from. Right here, one there, one over here, and this one. Then it kind of locks into the fender a little bit, so you gotta muscle it just a little bit to get things to release. We're gonna pull the seat off here in a minute. Then we're gonna pull this panel here off. It's held on with a clip, like so. Get this released out of here. It locks in underneath here. Cooperates with me. There it comes. I'm going to take that out of the way. Now we're to the clutch area. We're gonna look it over here and determine which wrench I need to take them clutch cover bolts out. And don't do what I'm doing. If you're gonna do these clutch cover bolts, do it by hand. Especially if you're using power tools, because could lead to bad things. I've been around these I worked on these for over 9 years, and I kind of know what you can and cannot do on one of these, as far as, gotta get an adapter. Get me a 1/4 inch of that. As far as tightening these bolts up. So we're going to take this one out, take him out. Then we'll be guys up here and see where I'm going. There's also a hose clamp there. We're going to take a vent hose off. One there. One here. Got one right here. He's out. And we gotta check. I got one right here. Then we got a snorkel. We gotta get out of the way here. Make sure you got them all out. Yep, he's loose. Then we're gonna take the snorkel clamp loose. Kind of hidden up in there. I mean, this thing ran fine. It drove fine. There was no rattling from the clutch area. But we want to inspect the dry belt. See if by chance we need to do something with it. If we do, we'll just have to order a dry belt for it. Or get one, I should say. When I put that back on there, I'm going to angle that clamp a little so it's a little easier to get with a screwdriver. There it comes. And I'm going to turn that clamp down when I go put it back on there. So when you got to do it next time, we should be able to get it just like so. Okay, now we're gonna take this clutch cover, kind of work it off, which is fun because you got the battery box here in the back. Make sure I got all the bolts out. It's releasing. Here. Borrow my light here. Move her over here where we can see. I can see. I think so. Okay, I missed one bolt. That's why it's not coming down. Right up here. That's why he kind of looked around, but he was kind of hidden up in there. Now it's going to come off. I'm going to pull this down. Loosen this up. Get the thing to release here from our snorkel. Back here like that. There we go. Pull this clamp down. Screwdriver, loosen her up a little bit here. Get it off the rubber for a minute. Let it flex by. There it comes. Clamp out of the way here. Then we'll open this up and see what it looks like. Now we want to inspect the dry belt. It's been on here a few years. See if there's anything that's delaminated or cracked. Sitting high in here, none of the teeth are burnt or anything like that. So I think at this point in time we're going to do As we're gonna just blow out the clutch and put it back together. It's all looking good. You can see there's no burn spots. The clutch itself is good. The pins seem all right. See, now these are, I did in my previous video, these pins were moving around. These are tight. And on my 500, they're tight as well. So, must be the way that some clutches are made. But everything looks good in there. We're going to go ahead and fire up the compressors and get kind of noisy. We're going to blow this clutch out and clean it up a little bit and then put it back together. It'll get kind of noisy here in a minute. I apologize, but my compressor's not the quietest thing. Dust come out of it. That's what it's going to do. Get up out of it. Now the clutch looks pretty good in it. The dry belt, it's got some wear, but it's still in the top of the driven clutch. So, and it's not rolling. The edges aren't rolled. So I don't honestly think since he's put this clutch on here, he's put a whole lot of hours on it. So, I mean, this dry belt. So we're gonna go ahead, reverse the whole procedure. We're gonna put the cover back on it. Then we're gonna go ahead and reinstall the footboard on it. And I guess we'll call it for now. Just make sure, I made this mistake before myself. Slide that clamp around there before you bring the clutch cover up. Because otherwise you get it all in place and you discover you left the clamp off. Yes, I'm old and I forget stuff occasionally. Not too often. A little tight with this back fender on here, but these are intended to be changed on the trail, so work this boot back over there and put it back together. Work this boot back around the cover. I know how to do it. Is use my tool here. This is for putting radiator hoses on cars, taking them off and putting them on. Kind of, you can get it in there. You just kind of pull it around there. Just like that, we got them back in place. Now, take our cover, push it in place, grab our impact, grab my screws here. Oh, yeah, they're screws. We'll go around and start putting this thing cover back on. The first thing I do is drop the screws. Okay, got a clamp right here. We gotta get back in place for the fuel filter. Now all you want to do is just hit them just a little bit. You don't want to go over crazy if you're using an impact on them. Sorry about that. I tipped you guys over. one here, one more to get on, and then we'll so back on. Yeah, where the one is, we'll be all done. Right here. I found it. Back here hiding underneath the battery. Okay, the cover's back on. Now I can go ahead and work at reinstalling the footboard. This is always the fun part. Put a coat on today because it's kind of cool, but doing this out here, especially when I'm working underneath by a hot light, don't really need the coat on. It's always fun getting this these back in place. Imagine doing this on a trail. That's why it's a good idea to do this beginning ride season, maybe to the end, just doing it, pull it apart and inspect your belts, just to make sure. There, that wet one in. I just had to work the back in. There we go. Got a piece back in. Next, I'm going to go ahead and we'll put the 4 screws back in the floorboards. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll get our nuts. 4 nuts. Put the nuts on. Then we just got to put the push pins back in place. But at the same time, while we're here, I'm going to take a minute, pull the air box open, and check the air filter. See how it's doing. Dirty, I'll clean it. If it's too bad, I'll end up having to get a new filter for it. So we're changing adapters here. We'll go ahead and tighten these down. Don't over tighten these. Don't over tighten these, so you pull. I almost did it here. You'll pull the head of the bolt right through the plastic. There, that one's in. Now we can go ahead and reinstall our push pins. They just go in the hole. They just go in the hole like so. Push and hold the back. You just push them in, pop them in. We do the same thing back here. It's like so. Do this one. In the back, which is, I know you can't see it, same as this side here. Then this one here I pulled apart, so we're going to kind of piece it back together. I saved them for last. It's like so, then push the pin in. Now it's all back installed. Then we're going to go ahead and we can put this piece back on for now. And this has got edges that lock into this plastic, basically. Locks in, just like so. Then you got a push pin, it just locks in the frame, just like so. Now, we are going up here because I want to look at the, I'm going to put you guys down there. I want to look at the air filter. See if I need to clean it out or not. You got 6 clips here. We just got to pull off. And this cover just pulls off. And it has a sock on it. And from the looks of it, it needs to be cleaned. Then if you notice, what I noticed straight away, the clamp wasn't on it. Look at there. The clamp wasn't tight. It wasn't even on it. So, not a good thing. This is a pre-filter on the outside. I'm going to turn you guys see what I'm doing. This is a pre-filter on it. So, what I want to do is pull this off, and you can see it's dirty. So I'm going to try to blow this out, but we're going to have to get a new air filter for it. Be back with you in a few. Okay, what I've done for now is we cleaned the pre-filter. We're going to order up a new air filter for it. We're going to replace this air filter out. It's been a while, it needs to be changed. So, and we're actually going to install the clamp that wasn't installed. It was just sitting on there, which is kind of a dangerous thing. You know, you can get dust and dirt in the engine that way. And I looked at the intake holes, and thank goodness it was sealing enough that it, because the air filter could have came off the hose there, and it could have been a bad thing. So running on air, running on dust and dirt will wreck an engine. So we're going to go ahead and reinstall it down here. It fits in there. So we're probably going to change the air filter, and while I'm here, I'm going to look at the oil and see how dirty it is. That's a lot better. More better, as a friend of mine always says. And it does, there's a tab here. It is made to lock it and hold it. And my little chipmunk friend is in here. Hello, Chip. Try to keep him out, but he kind of hangs out here with me. People have seen him in the previous video. Put this back on. Just like so. Unscrew our cap and check our oil level. I got this raised up on car ramps, but I also have the back end jacked up. Get this oil cap loose, it'll be all set. I need to also put some antifreeze in here. There we go. I got some antifreeze here for it. Actually, the oil's not that bad. Not that bad at all. So we may wait on the oil change. Let's see here. I'm going to pull this cap off. We'll put some antifreeze in this reservoir. I got a gallon antifreeze sitting right here for use. Getting in my little funnel. Get this one fit in the hole. There we go. Pour a little antifreeze in there. Now you don't fill this, there's a level. That's where you set it at. Verify here on our tank, there's two lines. There's one up here and just a little bit more. There we go. That should be good. Other than the air cleaner, everything's looking good on it. Maybe in the spring, we'll do the service the differentials on it. There it is. The oil's good, actually. I don't think it's got a whole lot of hours on it, but the oil's good in it. Now, air filter needs to be changed. That's about the only thing I could really find wrong with it, which is actually pretty good, I guess. Well, that hose pipe being off the air cleaner wasn't necessarily a good thing. So we'll put that in there, just like that. So at this point, guys, I'm getting low on battery. Thank you very much for watching me. I try to do this on one battery. If you're new to my channel, if you will, it helps me out a lot. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates. And as always, I will see you on the next video. And goodbye and God bless for now.